Hello, everyone. All right, guys, I see that people are still joining. We're going to wait for a bit while everyone is here. Yeah, so meanwhile, I can present self-named team. Um, Guys, if you can, please switch on your cameras. Yeah, I think we need to wait for, I don't know, 3, 4 minutes while we start. More people are joining. So yeah, my name is Kristaps. I'm one of the co-founders of Selfnamed, and thank you everyone who is participating here tonight. We have spent a good few hours to prepare a lot of information about Black Friday, Cyber Monday, useful tips, information about shipping and how to schedule your campaigns, as well as we have a guest presenter, Andre from Tails. He's joining us from the other side of Europe, from Netherlands, if I'm not mistaken, Andre, at the moment.
Correct.
Yeah, and then we're gonna finish off with a lot of very interesting stuff from Self-Named, which we have prepared to offer you to boost your sales and also profits for this festive season. So yeah, while people are still joining in, I'm gonna, present the team. We have Nix, head of sales from Selfname with us. We have Marta, content marketing manager from Selfname, Andre from Tails, a co-founder from Tails, and Laura, key account manager from Selfnamed. Yeah, I think we should wait a little bit more. Yeah, and while you're watching the masterclass, just remember there's a Q&A option in here in Zoom, so you can use it while watching the slides. We have Agnes from Selfname, the customer support manager, and she's also here to answer your questions while we are in the presentation. Yeah. I think we can slowly start next.
Sure thing. I'm just requesting access.
Yeah, go on.
Am I? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, as Kristaps already introduced me, next, I lead the sales and partnerships team in Selfnamed. And I will start off by giving you a bit of an oversight over Black Friday and what the market trends show, what we see from talking to our biggest partners, and what we've also seen elsewhere in the market. Um, so talking about Black Friday and Cyber Monday as a whole, you probably know that this is one of the biggest sales events in the year. Also, in 2023, BFCM generated close to 10 billion in net sales in e-commerce, and so it's a huge event for pretty much everyone, but especially anyone in e-commerce and in an e-commerce business. So yeah, hence why we're even doing this, right? any tools and any guidance in what to do during this period, I think is very useful for any business. I'm having trouble clicking. Yes. Okay. Awesome. So the biggest thing here is that it's a large part of your yearly revenue, what you generate during the holiday season. And a lot of the data shows that the majority of businesses selling in e-commerce attribute more than 20% of their annual revenue to this specific season of BFCM. Hence, again, it's important that you are there as well because all of your competitors are selling during BFCM. Yes. So one of the biggest things that we've seen in the market is that a lot of the sales happen actually before the actual Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And this is because a lot of the market competition is trying to get in front of everyone else, right? So you're giving early access deals and discounts and campaigns. So the sales start happening way before Black Friday. So in that week, but even earlier in November and already late October. And how that relates to us in the skincare industry and your skincare brands. What we saw last year is that skincare and beauty and health was the third biggest category during Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So even more so for us, it's really important that we are present during this pre-holiday season. Yeah, and 23% of all shoppers who bought personal care and beauty items, they did it to give it to someone else. It was essentially a gift. Girlfriends buying gifts for their boyfriends, vice versa. People giving gifts in the family. Beauty and health has always been a very giftable item, so you should definitely take advantage of that. One of the things that we see as a big trend is making collection boxes and product bundles as gifts during the holiday season, thus also Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Yeah, so even more so accentuating what I previously said about the sales during Black Friday, early access sales oftentimes sees even more traffic than the actual Black Friday and Cyber Monday weekend. And this is what we saw last year as well, is that actually the period leading up to Black Friday saw more sales and more traffic on websites because people just want to see those early access deals. They want to get ahead of everyone else. They want to be exclusive. And that's what we saw last year. And we expect that to see the same during this year's holiday season as well. Yeah. So about spending trends in general. What we've seen is that a lot of customers and on any consumer in general, we do see a bit of a downshift and a lesser need to spend during this Black Friday craze. We even saw some on social media, you might have seen some boycotts of Black Friday. So the general sentiment is going down a bit. However, the big shining light in the end of the tunnel is the younger consumer demographic, which is the 25 to 34-year-olds. And here we see that almost half of them actually plan to spend more during this year's Black Friday and Cyber Monday period because they feel like they missed out on last year's deals or whatever else the sentiment is. So in general, the takeaway here is that we advise to maybe put a bit more focus on the younger generation and the younger demographics during this holiday and Black Friday season. However, obviously don't back down on the other demographics. This is just a little highlight you can keep in mind. Yeah, so more for the early deals, what I was previously mentioning, what we see is that everyone focuses on the whole month of November and this pre-holiday season as a whole, as opposed to solely focusing on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. That's why we see a lot of people, firstly, like 30% of all shoppers want to get ahead of the deals. So they start shopping as early as at the beginning of November or end of October. But then also there are many shoppers that spend and buy after Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So going up until the middle of December is also very crucial. So you catch those early birds, but then also you catch a lot of people who are trying to buy gifts later on and in the last minute. Yes. So the other thing that we see a lot is also loyalty and people wanting to buy from brands that they already know. So a lot of the campaigns during Black Friday and the holiday season should also focus on your existing customers and people in your customer list. However, for early bird and early bird sales, we would advise that here you are looking for more cold audience. Because here it's actually more likely that you will catch them and you will be able to re-advertise them during the actual Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales dates. So these are the two trends we see here. So moreover, about loyalty, 67% of the consumers are willing to spend more with brands they're loyal to. So again, what I was previously saying, you want to be getting your audience and your customer base ready before the holiday season. So even right now, and then also with your early bird campaigns, you want to be building your audience so that you have people to advertise to during the actual holiday season. And also during Black Friday and Cyber Monday this weekend, cost of ads is huge and your acquisition costs are going to go up. So being able to focus on your existing customer base is just result in better margin in general. So because returning orders obviously mean zero acquisition cost. So that is what we see for BFCM. I will hand it off to Marta now. She's going to give you more tips on marketing channels and so on.
Yeah, hi. So I'm here to talk about the channels and tips and specifically the marketing side of all the things. Yeah, so the most common Black Friday campaigns usually are something to do with discounts, sales, coupon giveaways, limited holiday offers, and etc. So this is something you have to think about when you're planning your campaign. What will you do? And probably decide on one thing. So for example, if it's discounts, then stick to discounts. So if it's a limited holiday offer, then stick to holiday offer. Don't add too much to things because that's going to be too much to focus on. And when it comes to channels where you want to promote your campaign, for social media, the most effective channels currently would be TikTok and Instagram. Also, very important ones would be user-generated content and influencer collaborations, because this is just not user-generated content and collaborations are also helping you sort of create this credibility. And it's more effective these days than actually any other form of marketing. So this is something that you should consider as well. Then another form of channel that you can decide to try is paid ads. So specifically, if you're using store platforms like Shopify and WooCommerce, you might consider doing paid ads, for example, like Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Google ads, because that's another way how you can drive traffic to your store, especially if you don't have an active social media presence or anything else like that. These paid ads help you drive traffic to these stores that are not like marketplace stores where you can have already like marketplace built-in ads. So another form, and it's very important one, is email marketing. And this is maybe an older form of marketing, but it's very, very successful one, very effective one, actually. So we can see that a lot of people prefer to receive personalized emails, and Yeah, especially if you have registered users, followers, subscribers, any sort of way that you have already an email list, this is something you should consider. Sending out emails to promote your campaigns, your discounts, anything else that you might have for Black Friday. Especially if you can make it personalized, because people are more open to engage with a personalized ad, with a personalized email, rather than a very, very generic one. So they want something that is made specifically for them. And you know your target audience the best. So you should be able to create this sort of personalized approach for them. And as well, the same thing goes for the copy. So marketing copy is very important as well. And in the times when everything is super splashy and overwhelming and everyone's trying to be louder than the other guy, you need to consider what speaks specifically to your audience. So what is something that they want to hear? What is something that they need? This is a great example from the company The Ordinary, who instead of going the way where you need to rush and you need to be the first one to get in line and buy now and do everything now and hurry up and creating this sense of urgency, they're saying like, hold on, this sale is going to be here for the whole month. Take your time, deep breaths, shop slow. So this is a great example for a copy. This is something that you can do similar. Really, really depends on your audience and your messaging. So think about what your brand stands for and who is your target audience. So another thing, slightly further away from the marketing side, is the shipping and planning of your campaign. So as you may already know, if you're working with Self-Named, that we take care of the shipping for you. So shipping time is basically delivery time. So how delivery time is calculated for Self-Named. So delivery time consists of fulfillment time and shipping time. Fulfillment time is the time for us to create the product, to package it, to print it. And the shipping time is the time for the shipping carrier to basically deliver it from us to you or your customer. When it comes to the holiday season, as we already know and can imagine, there's an overwhelming amount of packages that are being processed. So shipping carriers are introducing something that is called cutoff dates. So a cutoff date is basically this deadline date, which indicates a certain time that if orders are placed before this date, most likely those orders, those packages will receive your customers in time for Christmas or New Year's. But however, if these orders are placed after the certain date, after the cutoff date, then chances are it might not reach your customers in time. And this is something you want to avoid as much as possible, because then it creates issues, it creates other things, and just unhappy customers, right? So each year, you should follow along the shipping carrier provided estimated cutoff dates. This year, they are not public just yet. There should be public in mid-October or something like that. But based from last year's data, we can already estimate the following cutoff dates. So for orders moving within the EU, you should focus on placing these orders or urging your customers to place these orders before December 15th. So that gives you a nice window for the orders to actually reach your customers in time for Christmas. And orders moving globally, so for example to US, they should be placed before December 12th, until December 12th. And then they should be arriving in time for Christmas. But never promise your customers that they will arrive by a certain date, because you can never know. And this is what I want to talk about here. So it's very, very important that you communicate shipping information with your customers. Either it's by messaging them when they place the orders, or making this information as visible as possible in your store. And don't worry if it repeats in multiple store pages and wherever. The more you repeat it, the chances are your customers will actually see this information and will be understanding and then fine with it. Also, make sure you review your returns and refunds policy so there are no confusions, because delays and can happen and stuff like that. So it's better that everything is clear before the customer makes the purchase. And yeah, also, if you're shipping your products yourself, which is also, of course, an option to order in bulk and then ship it, package it yourself, consider including festive inserts or packaging designs, or maybe even small free gifts to boost your customer return sales. And then we have some very exciting news. So as you may or may not know, we, Selfnamed, are located in Riga, Latvia, which is in Europe. So all of our products are produced and packaged and delivered, shipped from Latvia. But we're also working on a new location in the USA, which is very, very exciting. And it hopefully, if you're working, planning to start a store or already have a store in USA, this will give you much, much better shipping rates and delivery rates, like delivery time rates. But for now, we don't have any more specific information that we can share with you. But we hope that soon enough, we will be able to share some very, very exciting news with you. So stay tuned and keep an eye on the emails that are coming from us. And finally, let's talk about the planning side of things. So you already have decided that you're going to do the Black Friday campaign. So September is almost over, and October is here. But for the final week of September, you can already start thinking about the ideas, the products that you want to include in your Black Friday promotion, what sort of discounts you can offer, what sort of marketing ideas you have, and start preparing just your email subscriber list or expand your follower list on social media. Start working on the copy, visual materials, and adapt everything for specific social media channels. It definitely helps if you are already building up the product reviews from the existing customers, or customer testimonials in forms of videos or before and after pictures, if that's possible. So all of this information that you can gather around definitely will help you later on in the peak sales season. You can also start working on contacting the potential user-generated content partners or influencers to create content for your products, and start doing everything very, very early on, as Nick's already suggested. And here you can see already the campaign plan. We will be emailing you this calendar after our session with some of the resources that you can see here. But basically, the first 2 weeks of October, you should launch a warm-up campaign. This is an option. For example, you can promote it as a stock clearance or giveaway, or maybe fall sales or Halloween sales. Truly depends on you. The world is your oyster. Then the following final October weeks, you can already start using your Black Friday discounts and promotions. You can already even start it by then if you plan on doing it a month-long sale. So at the beginning of November, this is the time when you can start launching your private or early bird sales, giving them a decent 2 weeks to actually get into these sales. And by week 47, which is right before the Black Friday week and Thanksgiving week, you should launch your Black Friday sale. So this is like the final time, last minute, when you should do it to get enough results and get the best results as possible. And keep actively promoting it throughout the December. This is what we would recommend, to just keep on going right until those deadlines, those cutoff dates, like right before Christmas. And after New Year's, you can already do another sales, which is like a stock clearance or something like that. But basically, we would recommend starting in end of October and going all the way until December.
Thank you, Martin. I'm going to switch now to Andres. Thank you, Martin. Next for your presentation. Andre, you can share the screen now.
Thank you, Kristaps. Thank you, Martin. Thanks for the tips. Very nice ones to get everything ready. I'll focus more on the side of the website. So how to maximize your Black Friday. It's working. Just before that, just a quick short about me. 10 years plus in the e-commerce business, both on the brand side and the agency side. I'm the founder of Tails, it's a Shopify agency based in Amsterdam. And we basically help other brands with user experience, e-commerce strategy, Shopify design development, and ongoing support for growth and conversion rate optimization. And some of the brands we work with a lot on the Shopify Plus, so with big volumes, some in the supplements, some in the cosmetics, but a mix of different lifestyle and brands. So Black Friday opportunity. Yeah, I'm not going to go too much in detail. Nick's already talked about this, but it's like just to show the opportunity because last year already increased like 24% versus the year before. This year probably is even increasing more. So it's also for you to be part of this probably new record that is going to happen and making sure that you maximize it and making history. In getting ready for Black Friday, before I go into more like strategies, is also thinking about the hygiene stuff. So, for example, removing unnecessary apps on your store and scripts. What I mean in this is like probably for last year, you installed and tried a lot of apps, some that you're not using, but they are still there. And these are all things that impact your performance, like the loading speeds on mobile. And as there is a lot of competition, you want to really try to maximize the performance. We are getting lazier and lazier, and we don't want to wait for the website to load. So very important to have those things out of the way. But also looking at apps that maybe like you tested in the past, it is like kind of triggering a weird pop-up with an offer or something like that. And really, if this is like creating distraction from your store. And really looking at the clear product information and prepare for like volumes. So making sure that like all the products are very clear. You have FAQs, that your team is actually prepared as well for customer support, like with everything like increasing in terms of volumes, making sure really that you like are ready for that increase in emails and so on, and really looking at the smooth checkout process. Of course, sometimes you need like maybe an expert to look into that, but he's really looking at your website from a first-time perspective, first-time visitor. Are there too many pop-ups? Is that to cart like easy to see, or do you need to like scroll down a lot on mobile? And the easy like and very cheap way you can do it like basic on the coffee shop. You just offer someone a coffee and say, I give you a coffee if you can just like tell me your opinion about my website on mobile. And sometimes gives quite some nice ideas and approaches on what you can change from a completely unbiased opinion, because your friends might tell you that everything is perfect and so on. In terms of some conversion rate optimization and growth opportunities, one very important line which Marta was talking about all the channels is really like where you're sending the traffic. So one of ideas could also be like having sort of a landing page. In this case, is an example that we build like a gifting guide. So it's a way that you could like for your cosmetics have like all the different categories you have on this landing page. So you talk about what is possible, what exists, what you have on offer. And you can pair this with like an email sign up. So you could like have this landing page, already ask for the email. And once the sale goes live, then they have the discount codes. Other idea is having to also like just a more simple email capture landing page that this is an example for a guy, but could be something to access the early access, like a VIP early access that you need to drop your email. Because it's very important that you try to like really increase your email base now, because paid media will be super expensive around Black Friday, a lot of competition. So if you can get these emails right now, then you have a bigger base so you can send emails and retarget too. And apart from the emails, of course, think about the pop-ups as well, like Marta talked about, like that you can have on sign up for early access and so on. That's also very important, and you can start that a bit earlier as well. One thing that is like very powerful is this of like really making it easy for the client to basically buy more at once. So here's a way that you can have 1 bottle, 3 bottles, or 4 bottles with one click, and really showing exactly like what are the savings on the different options. And in this case, it's like, okay, if you buy 4 bottles, you save 30% in your free shipping. So not making the client like having to make calculation in their mind how much they're gonna save and how much is like the price per unit, but making it like very easy to increase your average order value. Because what happens on Black Friday is that you're probably gonna running a sale, and your average order value will most likely go down. So you need to come up with strategies to increase that average order value so they buy more, despite being on sale, and that they don't buy only one product. Another important thing is also to have like subscriptions installed and have a nice like incentive, 10%, 15%, whatever aligns with your strategy. Um, and you can even consider on having like subscribe as a default option. I've seen some brands trying this as well. Product bundling, you have very nice, exciting self-named bundles, but what I'm talking about here is basically having a landing page for product bundling in a way that you can easily give to your customer or your client an easy way to add multiple ones, and it is very clear how much are they saving by adding more. So in this case, it'd be like 3 items gives 10%, 4 items gives 15%, and it's really like helps being very visual and people like seeing the benefit and helping you increase your average value as well and revenue. One that is very powerful as well is the tier incentives. So you probably maybe already have like free shipping above a certain threshold. But one idea that you can also have is think about, okay, what is like different tiers that I can implement? And this could be like in this example that if you order 2, then you get 50% off. If you order 3, then it's like $15 gift card. If you order more, then you get priority handling. So there's a lot of like you can go very creative on the type of tiers you do, but it really helps you on also increasing the spend and the average value, as people always want to get a bit more of the next incentive. Upsells is a big one. So aligned with this example is aligned with the tiers having like clear sidecar upsells. So this is usually the one that perform very well. And of course, you can always like say if it's related products or add one product to get extra 14% off. So these upsell sidecars have been performing very well on the brands we work with. So it's something that I really recommend. Here, another example, slightly different, but the same approach, a bit simpler approach of the tiers with like free shipping, and then you have a free gift box as well. And here is like a slider that you can like also see the different upsells. Or even on the product page. So of course, on the sidecar is a powerful one, but also having on the product page under that to cart button an option that you can like also already add that you may also like. So not that is clickable and you need to jump between different product pages, but that you have a tick box so people can like add all those products at once to the cart. Moving a bit like to the flow. So people purchase and they're also thinking about, okay, what can I do on the thank you page? So here you already have the conversion. So basically you don't have anything to lose because you're not creating any distraction. And it's a way, for example, that you can have one special offer here, maybe like highly discounted or so on, that they can like in one click add to the order. Or even create software like a funnel with like post-purchase upsell. So in this case, you check out, and after you check out, you just have a pop-up basically with the next offer that you can add to your cart, and it's like a one click. So the credit card is already there. So this can also be very powerful to add some extra revenue on your strategy. Going next to Creating urgency is very important. Aligned a bit with Mario was saying about the cutoff date. So this is also something that you can also use at the right time to inform, but also to create some urgency, unlike that they need to order before that date. I'd also having things like only a few left of this offer ends in X amount of time with a countdown. Of course, you need to see what aligns with your branding. Some branding might the countdown might not be the fit, so you need to see what really fits with your brand. But creating some scarcity and urgency can make a big difference as well. And another one I want to talk about is about you are now in time, you are planning stock, but let's think that you are out of stock around this period. So you basically have two options. You either can just have the standard out of stock and you have a pop-up that you can drop your email. But what we have done with other brands, it's not here like example visual, but is to instead of calling add to cart, you call it back order, and you say under that button ships in 2 or 3 weeks. So what is the advantage with this is that even if you are without stock, you basically are collecting the money, because what is going to happen if you are out of stock? These people will receive the email afterwards, but they might like forget about it, like they lost the momentum. So he's really trying to get the sale at that moment with the back order option. And basically, you have 64 days left. Sounds like a lot, but it's not. So it's really like planning and prioritizing of what is realistically to do. And the calendar, I think, from Marta was saying, was really, really good for you to look into trying to plan things and be realistic on what you can actually achieve, and not wanting to do everything, but prioritize and then see whatever there is like some time left to do. Yeah, don't forget, like all of these are great, but it's all about the execution, like Mario was saying. So it's really making it happen, because yeah. And this is the end of my talk, but we have like an offer. So for brands attending today, we are offering a UX Express audit, where we look, okay, how it looks now, how it can look after, with some ideas. And if you are interested, you can go to tell.com/self-named. It's just a short form, just so we can contact you to discuss it further. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, please write in the Q&A and I will reply after.
Thank you,
Over to you,
Andre.
Kristaps.
Thank you. Amazing presentation, a lot of very good examples, some of them even I didn't know. Yeah, thanks again, Andre. And now we're going to continue with Laura, key account manager from Self-Named, to highlight what new information and offers will come this holiday season. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Andre. That was very insightful information that you shared, and thank you, Kristaps, for the introduction. So as he mentioned, I will be sharing some of the self-named offers, new and upcoming. That is going to be very exciting for this upcoming holiday season. So to start off with, we have 2 new face care products that we have just recently launched. Some of you may have already ordered yourself some samples, which is great to see. So one of those being the glycolic acid liquid exfoliator, and the other being the biphasic makeup remover. So these products come in not only new packaging, but also exciting new formulations that are keeping up the trend. And if this is something that you would want in your collection, your portfolio of products, this is definitely a good shout. We are predicting for them to become one of our best sellers, actually. And yeah. And then and then we also launched new body care products. So that consisted of 2 body serums and 2 hand creams. They both come in 2 fragrances. So we have woody amber and leather, and then the spices and sandalwood, which is specifically formulated to actually complement our current body washes that we have. So you may have already tried the cedar body wash and the amber vanilla body wash. So those are, yes, essentially created to complement each other. So they go perfectly together. You can sell them as sets if you prefer, or individually as well. Very, very great formulas, very fragrant. And then we also have some products that are going to be coming soon, so we can let you know about that. So we are going to be adding on to our sensitive line that we currently have. So as you may know, we have our sensitive skin, face and body cleanser already. And then our After Sun is also for sensitive skin. So adding on to that, there is going to be a body cream and as well as a shampoo. So essentially catering to every consumer out there. And as well as that, we are going to be having an anti-pigmentation serum. So essentially, if your customers have a concern of any pigmentation on their skin, that would be the perfect product that can be used as a spot treatment. So if there's certain spots that they are concerned about or all over their face, it is a really great formula that gives your face a very smooth feeling, as well as the rough skin body cream. So if your customer base is concerned about any rougher skin or anything like that, that product contains urea, which is really great at targeting rougher skin. And then, of course, we launched our collection boxes, which are currently available. And until December, we are planning to release 20 more variations of these boxes. So what's exciting here is that we are creating new inserts that are going to include the new packaging as well. So the biphasic makeup cleanser, but as well as our 200 milliliter packagings. So for toners and cleansers as well. So there's going to be a lot more variations that you're going to be able to buy. Obviously, we received a lot of feedback that there's different kind of variations that our clients want to try. And we are always happy to see that. And we are always happy to deliver, obviously. So yeah, that is the current plans. There's going to be a lot more choice. And then another thing that I wanted to talk about is the ready-to-use design styles. So if you have already noticed, in our design studio, there is a section that is named styles. And these are essentially pre-designed designs that you can use for your brand. You can change them, you can change colors, fonts, anything like that. If you like the base of it, you can use it. So for this holiday season, we are planning to bring out more than 15 new designs that are going to be specifically surrounded for the holiday theme. So little hearts, for example, not only for Black Friday, but also getting ready for the Valentine's Day period, and little swirly things that are more for Christmas and stars and everything. So yeah, ready to use designs, also really, really great to use if, for example, you don't want to use the funds for a designer, or you just really like the look of them and you want to personalize them yourself. Perfect option. And yeah, onto the more exciting part of what I have to say is we are going to be having a discount. So all of our collection boxes are going to have a 10% discount from the 1st of November all the way through to the 15th of December. So for anyone that is drop shipping, that means that any order that is placed on your website, obviously, you will be charged 10% less for that collection box. However, if you are one of our clients that buys and keeps their own stock, note that these discounts do add up. So if you are buying in larger quantities, on top of the bulk discount that you already received, you will have that 10% on top of that. And same thing for selected products. So we're going to have certain products that we're going to put discounts on. So you can get up to 20% off on selected products. Also active, obviously, from the 1st of November all the way through to the 15th of December. And these discounts, once again, do add up. And then something completely new that we are introducing is a 15% discount plan for our dropshippers specifically. So this is essentially how it's going to work. Is you're going to have the minus 15% on the orders that you sell, obviously on top of the discounts that you already get for this holiday period. Now, this is a discount plan, so you are paying €29 monthly, and this is something that is going to be active from the 1st of November. Did I mess up the dates previously?
You didn't.
I think I did. Yeah, apologies for that. So the previous discounts are active from October, not November. Sorry about that. Yeah, I just noticed. So yeah, very important thing to obviously note that this is €29 monthly over a period of 6 months. So you are essentially signing up for this discount plan with the commitment of 6 months. So you will have that discount all the way through for the 6 months, which is really going to help you focus more on spending on marketing, making more profit, etc. Okay, that is all from me. And yeah, thanks so much. And obviously, if you have any questions, more than happy to answer those in the Q&A.
Yeah, thank